Hi, everybody. This is Gene Mortensen, and along here with Dean Mortensen, and we are here at Griffith Gymnasium tonight to bring you this district contest between the Los Alamos High School Hilltoppers and the Moriarty Lady Pintos. And the Pintos coming into the ball game with a record of 4 wins and 1 loss. And the Hilltoppers right now are trying to get their first victory. They lost the other night to Taos, over in Taos, and so they've been struggling a little bit. They had one game won easily against Belen, and then Belen just all of a sudden caught fire. I don't think there was anything anybody could have done about it. They scored 28 points in 8 minutes, and they'd only scored 19 in 3 quarters. So, yeah, not much you can do about that kind of thing. So, but tonight anyway, the Hilltoppers will take on Moriarty. The boys took on Moriarty last night in Moriarty, won that ball game easily. And so Moriarty coming in here with only have 8 girls, and about 4 girls I guess are out for some reason, but they only have 8 girls that are suiting up. And so anyway, and right now Maury Pongratz is well, he has to, can't believe all the stuff he has to read before the game. So I mean, so he sits there and has to read the Declaration of Independence or something. But anyway, but he's about finished, and when he does, we're going to have the national anthem here at Griffith Gymnasium, and here it comes.
Thank you, and now let's meet the coaches and players for the Pintos. They're coached by Aaron Edwards. Starting for the Pintos, a sophomore, number 2, Anissa Chavez. A junior, number 4, Peyton Edwards. A senior, number 12, Mia Encinias.
We have completed the national anthem, and Amari Pongratz of PA Voice Los Alamos is right now introducing the teams, and Dean has the starters for us in tonight's ball game.
Starters in the ball game. First for the Moriarty Pintos. Number 2, Anissa Chavez is a 5'5" sophomore. Number 4, Peyton Edwards, a 5'6" junior. Number 12 is Mia Encinias, a 5'4" senior. Number 14, Hannah Buchelman, a 6'2" junior, and she is tall. She towers over the rest of the Lady Pintos there. And number 22, Yvonne.
It's Yvonne.
Yvonne.
I spent the whole volleyball season last year calling her Evan.
Yeah, it's spelled
finally told me, somebody finally straightened me out.
Yeah, spelled Evann. So yeah, Yvonne Segura, and she's a 5'10" sophomore. The Lady Pintos are coached by Aaron Edwards. The starters for Los Alamos are number 2, Reina Morales. She is a 5'5" senior. Number 10, Gigi Romero, is a 5'8" 8th grader. Number 11 is Jenna Harris. She's a 5'5" senior. Number 15, Michelle Macias, a 5'10" sophomore. And number 45, Emma Raven, a 6-foot junior.
So we are ready to go here, and the visiting team always gets to throw the ball in first. New rule this year, so they will do that, and then we are underway here at Griffiths Gymnasium. And Moriarty bringing the ball in, they get it to Peyton Edwards. Edwards in the corner, and a shot taken, wasting no time that time. Anissa Chavez, she puts up the three-pointer. The three-pointer is off, and so the Hilltoppers get the rebound. They bring it down. They're going to hand it over right now to Michelle Macias. Macias trying to come down the right side of the lane. She's decked, literally. And the personal foul is going to go to, and it's going to go to Yvonne Segura. That'll be her first and the first team foul. And at the free throw line will be Michelle Macias. So Michelle's first shot is off. So she will shoot one more. The Hilltoppers are only averaging about 36 points a game, and the Pintos are averaging 63 points a game. So don't know what to expect here tonight, but you never know what to expect when you come into these crazy district games in this district. So anyway, so she puts in the second free throw, and then the Pintos bringing it down, and they throw it out of bounds. So the full court press now being put on by the Pintos, and they're going to come off of that press fairly quick. And right now they're in a girl-to-girl defense. Gigi Romero is going to hand it over to Jenna Harris. Harris down the left side of the lane. Nice move. Puts up the left-handed shot. Too hard off the glass. And now Jenna batting for the rebound, and Jenna's going to knock it out of bounds.
Yeah, and the Hilltoppers moving that ball around on offense. Moriarty is in a man-to-man defense, and Toppers moving it around. Got the layup, but missed it. Went out of bounds to the Lady Pintos.
Comes down low now to Anissa Chavez. Chavez dishes it across to Hannah Buchanan, the big girl, and she can't do anything. And so Yvonne, right now, they're doing a good job on her at the moment. Emma Raven, our big girl. Shot is off by Moriarty. That one taken by Yvonne Segura. Rebound comes down to Reina Morales. Morales started to come up, has the ball knocked away from behind her. Comes to Gigi Romero. They pick Gigi's pocket. Gigi was trying to make a pass, and they just pulled the ball out of her hands. Long pass down the floor. They get it to Peyton Edwards, and Edwards lays it in for two. And Peyton is she is something else. I mean, she's only a 5'6" junior, but boy, does she hustle. Unbelievable. We've been watching her for a couple of years now. And she had a sister that combination was just unbelievable. Jenna Harris taking it to the hole, has her shot blocked by Hannah Buchanan. Buchanan is going to get it up, get it over to Peyton Edwards. Edwards on the move again. It's going to come down the baseline, dishes it off, trying to get it to Buchanan. That ball is picked off by Jenna Harris. Harris coming down, getting a moving screen from Michelle Macias. They don't call it. And so Michelle did a good job, Dino, just running interference for her.
Yeah, she did a good job of bluffing, just like she was running down the floor, but she was intentionally blocking the defender.
And then she is fouled as Jenna dished the ball off to her, and then she's fouled. She's going to go to the free throw line. And she was just there. She was 1 for 2, misses the first. She'll shoot one more. And that personal foul, by the way, went to Anissa Chavez. That's her first. That's the second team foul. Michelle shooting the second of 2. And we have a lane violation. And so she'll get another one. As that time Yvonne Segura stepped over the line. I don't know if she just was leaning forward too far or what, but anyway, so Michelle gets another chance at this. And she had missed that one. And this one she does. So that makes it a 2-2 ball game. And Anissa Chavez brings it up. She's going to go right down Broadway, tries to pass it off through all kinds of traffic. The ball is knocked loose, picked up by Emma Raven. She gets it to Jenna Harris. Harris, top of the key, dribbles just to the right of the key. She's going to be tied up. And the alternating possession will go to Los Alamos.
Yeah, that's Peyton Edwards for Moriarty. She stopped her on the drive and then just tied the ball up.
Michelle Macias puts up the shot from the right wing, or the right baseline, and about 16 feet out, and that one is off. Pass comes over to Evan Segura. Yvonne, I'm still calling her Evan. Yvonne loses the handle momentarily, and the ball goes out of bounds off of the Pintos. Checking in for Moriarty right now is Rue Smoots.
And so far, the Lady Pintos having trouble against that Hilltopper defense. They really haven't had a good offensive possession in this game.
No, they have not. Gigi Romero has the ball knocked away. Comes to Jenna Harris. 3-point shot by Jenna. Long rebound is going to come out to Reina Morales. She gets it to Gigi Romero. She'll bring it back out on top. Now they get it to Emma Raven. Raven underneath gets it to Michelle Macias. And Macias, give me a break. She just kind of spun around and threw it up in the air with her left hand, and it went in.
Yeah, and she's at the free throw line shooting one. She's a right-handed shooter. Yeah. And that one she did throw up with the left hand. It went off the backboard and in.
That was amazing.
And missed the free throw there.
She's having a lot of trouble from the line right now. Anissa Chavez with it. She's going to dish it off now to Mia Encinias. And now Peyton Edwards puts up the three. That's going to come off. Rebound, Hannah Buchelman reaching over Gigi Romero. And you see, they're going to call Buchelman.
Yeah. Buchelman. She's 6'2". She got the first rebound just because of her height. She reached over, and then the second time did the same thing, but made contact, and they called her for over the back.
It's a full court press by the Lady Pintos right now. Hilltoppers having trouble getting it in, stolen away by Peyton Edwards. Edwards coming down the baseline, puts the shot up, and the shot is off. Rebound comes down now to the Hilltoppers, and they get it over to Tara McDonald. McDonald over to Reina Morales. Morales dribbles to the left wing, hands it to Michelle Macias. Macias going to take it all the way in again. This time her shot is blocked, and the loose ball comes to Hannah Buchelman. She gets it up the floor, and the Pintos are going to slow it up. Peyton Edwards right down Broadway dishes it off to Buchelman. Hannah with just stood there.
Yeah, did not leave the floor.
Not at all.
About 6 feet out, didn't leave the floor and just shot it, but she's so tall that no one's going to block that anyway.
So Gigi Romero puts the shot up from the left wing, and let's see. I'm trying to figure out, did they call a foul? There's
no.
I'm not sure what. Anyway, the ball went out of bounds. Gigi Romero was trying to put a shot up. He was blocked, and then it went out of bounds off of the Hilltoppers. So Reina Morales, now the ball gets loose. She saves it from going over the end line. Jenna Harris coming down the left side, and as she goes up, she's fouled. That'll go to Rue Schmutz. Rue, her actual name is Laura Lynn, but she goes by Rue, R-O-O. And so she picks up the personal, and that's going to be her first. And that's the 15th foul. I guess they did call a foul on that previous play. And Jenna Harris at the free throw line, and she puts in the first, and then she'll shoot one more.
And Hannah Buchelman, the tall girl, she's 6'2" for the Lady Pintos, is out of the ball game. And they also have Yvonne Segura out, who's 5'10", so their tallest player in the game right now is 5'6".
And Los Alamos, not very tall. We don't have any height in there either. So 10 small girls out there going at it. Ball almost stolen away on the press, is almost picking it off. That time was Carly Niche. Niche is going to get the Hilltoppers are able to.
Yeah, get it over. Just a bounce pass to Tara McDonald for the Hilltoppers, and she puts it in, banks it in, makes the score 7-4.
And so Rue Smoots heading down the lane, dishes it off, but she is fouled, and I'm sorry, that was Ruth Smooches picks up the personal. That's going to be her second. Well, they say it's her first. I'm lost.
It was a foul on the Hilltoppers, Jenna Harris. And
Okay,
so the
wrong.
Lady Pintos have the ball.
Okay, shot taken from outside, a three-point shot. Tara McDonald with the rebound, stolen away from McDonald. Comes to Anissa Chavez, out to Peyton Edwards. That overthrows her, coming down the floor in a hurry and just throwing the ball up at the basket. That time was Kaylee Salazar.
And, no foul. They just called out of bounds on the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, she just all she was trying to do was draw the foul. She just came down the left side and flipped the ball up in the air, and well, the referee decided there wasn't any contact. So we have a timeout here taken, and this timeout will be taken by Ray Romero, and he's going to take a 30-second timeout.
And
so go ahead, Dino.
Hilltoppers up 7-4 in this first quarter, and both teams still trying to find their rhythm, get on track. Like you said, both teams don't have a lot of height, but both teams are quick, and so a lot of hustle and a lot of aggressive defense. The Toppers are in a 1-2-2 zone, and the Pintos have had trouble with that so far in this first quarter.
So Anissa Chavez will bring it up for the Pintos with 2.5 minutes to go here in the first period. Gets it to Peyton Edwards. Edwards goes in, dumps it off with a rebound. And she dumps it off inside now to Yvonne Segura. Segura puts the shot up and gets her own rebound, and Hilltoppers now pick up the loose ball way down the floor. They get the pass underneath now to Daylin Rodriguez, and so Daylin, she goes down. She's floored. No call there either. So the ball just goes out of bounds. So they're kind of letting them play here tonight.
Yeah, they really are.
Yvonne Segura cutting down the lane, gets a nice pass, entry pass that time from Encinias. And so Encinias, beautiful entry pass that time to Yvonne. And so Yvonne will go to the free throw line as she put the basket in, and and she'll shoot one.
Yeah, and that was a perfect give and go. Went back to Segura, and she made the layup, and then she converts the free throw. Makes it 7-6.
So it comes now to Daylin Rodriguez. Gigi Romero, the 8th grader, is going to go down the left side of the lane, and she's going to put up the left-handed shot. She's fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line. And that personal foul will go to Yvonne Segura. That's going to be her second.
And on that three-point play, we made it 7-7. Looks like we still have a delay on the scoreboard this game.
Yeah, they still only one scoreboard right now is functioning, and it's the same problem we had. Well, in the Espanola game, they brought in about 4 different consoles trying to keep the thing going, but like Dino says, there's a delay, so. And a scoring delay on everything. So Gigi Romero at the free throw line puts in the first, misses the second. That makes it an 8-7 ball game. Peyton Edwards with 1.5 minutes to go here in the first period. They bring it over on the side, and boy, just firing up a three-pointer. I mean, talk about locked and loaded. That ball just barely got into her hands, and she fired that up, and that was Carly Niche. Comes now to Raina Morales. Morales is going to dish it over to Daylin Rodriguez. Back to Morales, three-point shot. And, she was fouled. She was clobbered, but the official says, nope, good block. Kaylee Salazar right down the middle of the lane. It was wide open, and she puts the shot up too hard off the back of the iron. And Peyton Edwards now is going to do the same thing, and her shot is off. So Daylin Rodriguez is going to bounce it up to Gigi Romero. Romero gets a screen from Daylin and now just hands the ball to Daylin. Daylin wants to shoot the three. Gets it now to Tara McDonald. McDonald We'll pick it back out to Dalen in the corner on the right side. She tries to dish it underneath to Tara. Stolen away by Peyton Edwards up to Anissa Chavez. Chavez lays it in. It's a good hustle that time.
15 seconds left in the quarter, and the running scoreboard is behind the topper, so we'll see if they know the time.
Well, that's right. Yeah, they don't have a chance to look at the clock. But Raina Morales tries to put the shot up. It's partially blocked, and that will bring the quarter to an end. And that's a good point, Dino. It's whoever is going toward the east basket has no look at the clock. But after 1 quarter to play here, turns out it's 9-8 in favor of Moriarty. And so let's see, Moriarty came up with they had 4 field goals. No 3-pointers have been scored in this ball game yet, and the Pintos right now are 1 for 1 from the free throw line. The Hilltoppers shot a lot of free throws, but let's see, what do they got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 free throws. 9 free throws, and they've scored 4 of them. So they're 4 of 9 from the free throw line, and they have 4. They also have, they have 2 field goals and no 3-pointers.
Yeah, Moriarty called for 6 fouls in that quarter, so the Hilltoppers will be shooting free throws the remainder of the half as we go into the second quarter.
Yeah, 2 have been called on Los Alamos and 6 on Moriarty. As Dino says, the Hilltoppers are already in the bonus. And Moriarty will inbound it on the alternating possession. Start the second quarter. 9-8 is the score. The Hilltoppers down by 1 to the Fighting Pintos, who have been averaging 63 points a game. And Peyton Edwards are going to dish it over to Anissa Chavez. Back to Peyton. Peyton just to the left of the key. Now they come to the other side, over on the right side. In the corner, goes to Peyton. Edwards coming up, and somebody grabbed a hold of her. I think it was Tara McDonald. No call. And so now Raina Morales comes across the timeline, and she's decked. Well, she goes down, actually, and there actually was no foul, and they call it. Unbelievable. And she was coming down. Actually, go ahead, Dino.
Well, I was going to say, interesting to start that second quarter. The Pintos went out on the floor with only 4 girls, and they made a couple passes on offense, and then the 5th girl ran off the bench and joined them.
Unbelievable.
And that was Yvonne Segura, who was on the bench and then realized that she needed to be out there.
And that personal foul, by the way, went to Anissa Chavez. That was her second. That is the 7th team foul. And so Raina Morales at the free throw line cans the first one, misses the second one. Shot taken from outside, this time by Peyton Edwards. Rebound comes down to the Hilltoppers up the floor. On a hurry comes Michelle Macias. Pulls up just to the right of the lane, has to dish it out on top. Comes down to Gigi. Comes out over to Raina Morales. Morales will get it to Tara McDonald. McDonald lobs it in to Michelle Macias. She's all the way under the basket, so she gets it out to Raina Morales. Morales puts the shot up. She goes down, and nothing called, and there shouldn't have been anything called. But what's interesting, though, is that Mia and Sanias runs over and just kind of high-fives her after she gets up. So.
Yeah, kind of knocked her down and then kind of tried to help her up, but they were both just kind of still being active, so she couldn't quite get to her.
So the Hilltoppers are called for the travel. We have 6:47 remaining here in the second quarter in the first half, and right now it's a 9-9 ball game. And after the traveling call, Moriarty will bring it up. Peyton Edwards in the corner. Yvonne Segura, 3-point shot. That's good.
Nice shot from Yvonne Segura. She's 5'10". She's one of the big girls, but that was great form. 3-pointer from the corner.
Yeah, it's a pretty shot, nothing but net. So Raina Morales with it for Los Alamos. She's going to hand it over And she gets it now to Lena Chavez. Chavez pass underneath is picked off. Coming up the floor, Mia Encinias. Encinias is going to dribble into the corner to Peyton Edwards underneath to Hannah Buchelman, who's wide open. Just standing. She was just actually standing on the right side of the lane, and they just passed it into her. All she had to do was turn around. She didn't have anybody on her whatsoever.
And Hannah Buchelman for the Lady Pinto. She's 6'2", and I think it's a good thing she is. She never jumps.
No, she just shoots that flat-footed. But
yeah, it's twice, and she literally just stays on the floor, does not jump, and shoots. She switched them both.
Yeah, and I'm surprised she made that one, because normally when you're that wide open, usually it's easier to shoot when you have somebody on you. But when you have all kinds of time when you turn around and it's just you and the basket.
Yeah, and it's about 6 feet away too, so it's kind of right in that dead zone.
Yes, but she can't. It was nothing, like Dino said, nothing but net. So,
but she does have a good shot. She's got good form, but she just does not leave the ground.
No, I guess she figured, what's the point?
Yeah, they don't come close to it.
So it makes it now 6 minutes to go here in this first half. And right now it's a 14-9 ball game as the Moriarty pulls away on Los Alamos. That's the biggest lead in this ball game. And Michelle Macias taking it to the hole and coming in from the right side, and she's fouled. And she'll go to the free throw line, and let's see who they're going to hang this one on.
That was going to be Yvonne Segura.
So Yvonne's going to pick, wow, is that her third personal? Wow. That's Yvonne's third personal, and that is the 8th team foul. And Michelle Macias at the free throw line. She's been struggling there.
And that's a big foul for the Lady Pintos. Yvonne Segura is one of their big girls, and there's only 2 minutes and 13 seconds gone in this second quarter, and she's out with 3 fouls. They just subbed her out, so she'll probably be out for the remainder of the half.
Yeah, and that's going to work in Los Alamos' favor, of course. And but so Michelle Macias misses both of her shots, and rebound comes down to the Pintos. They get it out on top right now to Sophia Marez. And underneath the handle, Buchelman over in the corner, Anissa Chavez. Chavez dishes it all the way to the other side of the corner. So from one side to the other to Peyton Edwards. Her three-point shot is off, and rebound comes down to Gigi Romero. 14-9 with 5:10 remaining here in the first half. Gigi down to Reina Morales. Shot from the corner on the right side. That's off, and the rebound's going to go off of let's see, they're going to say it's off of Emma Raven. So Hannah Buchelman now will check out, so they're back down to a small team.
Yeah, and it's interesting with the Lady Pintos. They go from 5'10" to 5'6". So when Yvonne Segura and Buchelman are out, they go from having some height to no height.
Yeah, and they're just 5 very short girls out there. They almost throw the ball away as it comes. Anissa Chavez now will bring it over to Sophia Marez. And comes to Peyton Edwards. Edwards looking inside. She wants to get it in, but she can't. So now they finally do, and we're going to have a 3-second violation as Peyton Edwards, she was pulling out the marshmallows, getting ready to rush for a little campfire in there.
Yeah, so, against the 1-2-2 zone. So it's already packed in there.
So it comes now to Reina Morales. Morales out on top, backs out near the half-court circle with 4:20 to go in this first half. Reina gets the screen, hands it over to Gigi Romero. 3-point shot by Gigi. That's off. Rebound comes down now to Mia Encinias. Encinias will bring it up herself. Still going. Goes in the corner to Anissa Chavez out on top to Peyton Edwards. Edwards bounces it to inside, and now the ball almost stolen away, but boy, a wild pass that time by Ruth Schmutz. I can't believe that didn't get picked off by somebody.
Yeah.
Cross-court pass. Everybody had a chance to pick that off.
Wow.
So the Hilltoppers The ball going out of bounds off the Moriarty. Hilltoppers inbound it. They get it to Gigi Romero. She comes up against the press, and the blocking foul is going to go. Wow, to Anissa Chavez, and that's her third. Wow.
Yeah, and that was against the Lady Pintos, and that was quite a ticky-tack call there after one of the Pintos got tripped and hit the deck, and then with nothing called, and then Toppers bringing it down, and Anissa gets called for her third personal on a pretty ticky-tack foul.
Yes, it was, and Gigi Romero at the free throw line for Los Alamos makes one of two. And the rebound pulled down by Michelle Macias. She goes in up against Hannah Buchelman. Buchelman blocks the shot and then gets the loose ball, and she'll hand it over to Peyton Edwards. Edwards in the corner, three-point shot. This is off. Long rebound comes down to Jenna Harris. Long pass up to Michelle Macias. Macias goes up with it. It is off, and we're going to have a personal foul. I think it's going to go against Jenna Harris. So Jenna, fighting for the rebound, picks up the personal. That is her second, and that is only the third team foul on Los Alamos. 9 team fouls have been called on Moriarty, so the Hilltoppers will be in the double bonus. We have 3:15 remaining here in this first half. Skip pass across comes to Peyton Edwards. Three-point shot, that's off. Fighting and pulling down that rebound that time is Ruth Smoots. Smoots gets it back out on top to Peyton. Edwards will hand it over now to Encinias. Encinias trying to go down the lane. She loses the handle, immediately double teamed. So good hustle by the Hilltopper defense. As soon as she started to go and she lost the handle and she picked it up and she was immediately swarmed. But we're going to have a reach-in foul go to one of the Hilltoppers. And that one is going to go to Emma Raven. That's her first. And that is the fourth team foul in Los Alamos. So the Hilltoppers intercept the inbound pass. Jenna Harris. Harris coming down the floor in a hurry. She's going to go coast to coast. But as she starts to go up with the shots, the ball knocked away from her from behind.
And the Hilltoppers on offense down 14-10, 2:40 to go here in the first half. And on offense, they're getting the shots. They're just not hitting. They're not hitting anything. They're getting the outside shots, and there we have an air ball.
Yeah, so Janice Harris puts it up, and as Dino was saying, it they're not getting the shots, and then Jenna puts up an air ball from about 15 feet out. And so the Hilltoppers have had the opportunities, and they've only scored right now in this quarter. They've only scored 2 points. And, of course, Moriarty's only scored 5. Gigi Romero hands it over to Reina Morales' three-point shot. That's off. Rebound is going to come down to Jenna Harris momentarily, but right there to pull the ball away is Carly Niche for the Pintos. She gets it up to Peyton Edwards. Edwards coming up, gets it in the corner, inside to go to Buchelman. Buchelman just turns around and puts the shot up, and then the rebound comes down, and she just kind of goes over, just reaches over Gigi Romero and just kind of grabs the ball, and then they end up calling a held ball.
Yeah, Buchelman, she's so much taller. She literally reached over and tied the ball up over the Hilltopper's shoulders.
Yes, she did. Ray Romero wanted it over the back. He was really giving the referee the business. So we're going to have a reach-in foul. This one's going to go, I believe, to Peyton Edwards, and the Hilltoppers will shoot 2, and that is Peyton Edwards. So Peyton's first personal, and that is going to be the 10th team foul in Los Alamos. And that will put Gigi Romero back to the free throw line for the Hilltoppers. She has 2 points in the ball game, all coming from the free throw line. She's 2 for 4 from the free throw line right now. And 1:49 remaining here in this first half. 14-10. It's an offensive explosion here at Griffith Gymnasium as Gigi Romero puts in the first.
Yeah. Go ahead. Well, with one, as you said, with the offense, there's 1:49 to go here in the first half, and I don't think I don't think the Pintos are going to reach their 63-point average. They've got 14.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of tough. But the interesting thing, too, is the Hilltoppers have not scored a field goal in this quarter, and we have over 6 minutes gone. Little give and go, and a shot from outside. Peyton Edwards, a three-pointer. So Peyton Edwards drops it in. She now has 5 points in the ball game. And the Hilltoppers have shot a slew of free throws, and the Pintos have only shot one, and that was Yvonne Segura. They get it underneath to Tara McDonald. Her turnaround push shot is off the glass too hard. Rebound comes down to Peyton Edwards, 17-12 right now. Peyton starts to go down, has her pocket picked by Reina Morales. Boy, you don't pick it any cleaner than that. Reina coming down, can't go anywhere as she's cut off. Passes it back to Gigi Romero. They get it to Tara McDonald. McDonald comes down the left side of the lane, puts up the left-handed shot. That is partially blocked by Carly Niche. And Niche gets the ball, hands it over, and now they'll get it to Rue Schmutz. Schmutz brings it back out on top to Sofia Merez. A shot taken and by Sofia. And Sofia is going to be fouled. And so that one is going to go. See, that one's going to go to Kaylee Salazar, I guess, yes. That's her first. That's only the 15th foul in Los Alamos. Sofia at the free throw line, and she cans that one.
In that Hilltopper zone, that 1-2-2 zone, they really do a good job of spreading when it goes to the wing. They really do get there and actually do a good job of trapping. And the Pintos here, the last couple possessions, have kind of found their rhythm. Hit a couple three-pointers. Now they hit the 2 free throws.
Yeah, they're 3 for 3 from the free throw line. That's what they've shot. 1 in the first quarter and 2 in this quarter. Gigi Romero is going to hand it off to Michelle Macias. Macias has the ball knocked away from her. Loose ball picked up by Daylin Rodriguez. She gets it in the corner to Michelle Macias. Macias trying to dish it back out to the free throw line. Rebound pulled down by Peyton Edwards. Edwards goes up. Too hard off the glass, but she'll go to the free throw line. So 19-12 with 20 seconds to go. And Peyton Edwards is going to shoot 2.
Yeah, Peyton Edwards, as you mentioned earlier, she really says she's quick, she hustles, and she gets after it. She's only a junior.
Miranda Morales picks up the personal. That's her first. That's a 6th team foul. And Peyton Edwards at the free throw line has 5 points in the ball game. Misses the first free throw. And the Pintos right now are up by 7, 19-12. Peyton misses that one, but the rebound comes down to Carly Niche. Niche goes back up, puts up a good shot, but it hits off the glass and then kind of falls off the front of the rim. And on the battle for it, after it falls out, ball is a big scramble and it finally gets knocked out of bounds over on the sideline right in front of the Hilltopper student section. 10 seconds to go. The shot put up. Rebound's going to come down to Reina Morales. Morales coming down the left side. Going to pull up. Gets it to Tara McDonald. McDonald puts up the shot with about 2 seconds to go. As everybody on the bench counting down for her. So anyway, that'll bring this first half to an end. The Hilltoppers find themselves down 12-19 to the Pintos as the Hilltoppers came up with 4 and the Pintos came up with 10 in that second quarter. So we're going to take a little short break and then we'll gather things up here and add things up. So this is Gene Mortensen along with Dean Mortensen, and if you're looking at the screen, the YouTube screen, you can see our picture. See our picture?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the one with no hair.
That's my son with no hair, yes. Okay. All right, we'll be back. So we are back, and right now the Hilltoppers trailing 19-12 here in this contest against the Moriarty Pintos, a district contest. And interestingly enough, Dino, the Hilltoppers came up with only 4 points in that second quarter. They did not score a field goal, but they were 4 of 8 from the free throw line, 4 of 9 from the free throw line in the first quarter. They're 8 of 17 from the free throw line, and they only had 2 field goals, both of those coming in the first quarter.
Yeah, on offense, the Hilltoppers, they're getting the shots, but they're not hitting the shots, and most of the shots are coming from beyond the 3-point line, and they've yet to make a 3-pointer. And then when they do drive in, it's usually into traffic, but yeah, they just haven't been able to get in rhythm on offense.
The Pintos have put up 19 points, have 7 field goals and two 3-pointers, and they barely went to the line. They were 3 for 5 from the free throw line, and those 5 free throws came, 4 of those 5 came in the late parts of the second quarter. But they put something in from the field at least, so they had 7 field goals, and they were led by Yvonne Segura, who ended up with 6. She had a nice 3-pointer. And then she was followed by Peyton Edwards, who had the other 3-pointer for Moriarty, and she had 5 points, and Hannah Buchelman had 4. For the Hilltoppers, they had 5 girls in the scoring column. Gigi Romero with 4, Michelle Macias with 4, and then 1 each for Reina Morales and Jenna Harris, and Tara McDonald had 2. And we're ready to go, and Moriarty will inbound it to start this second half, leading by 7, 19-12. And they bring it now to Peyton Edwards. Edwards in the corner. They're going to get it to Anissa Chavez. Chavez down low. Comes to Mia Antonias. And they get it to Hannah Buchelman. And I'm not sure what they call, but Hannah was tangled up with Jenna Harris. And so she just kind of pulled her arm away from Jenna, but I don't know if she must have stepped out of bounds or something.
Yeah, Buchelman, she reached over again and got the rebound, but she had her foot out of bounds, so goes to the Hilltoppers.
So nice move now by Reina Morales, getting the ball in the corner and then coming down the left side of the baseline. And nice move, and she puts it up. That's her 3rd point of the ball game. That was a nice drive to the basket. And now from outside, Yvonne Segura puts it up. Rebound comes down to Jenna Harris. Harris on a 1-on-2. She's going to take it all the way in. Puts it up with a left hand. Misses. Goes out of bounds. Comes back in and steals the ball.
Yeah, great hustle. Great work by Jenna Harris of the Hilltoppers. Yeah, she missed a left-handed layup, and Yvonne Segura for the Lady Pintos got the rebound, and Jenna just took it right back and had a couple more cracks at it, and then got fouled and at the line for shooting 2.
And that personal foul went to Anissa Chavez. That's her 4th. So she has 4, and Yvonne Segura has 4, and Jenna Harris at the free throw line. She drops in the first. Let's see.
And the second one was an air ball, so she didn't hit the rim on either one. Made the first and missed the second.
Nothing. So that makes it now 19-15. Peyton Edwards right down Broadway as she crosses the free throw line. She puts up a running 12-footer, and that one comes off. Michelle Macias gets the ball on the other end, takes it to the hole, lays it in. And so Michelle now with 6 points in the ball game, and the Hilltoppers close it to a 2-point ball game.
And that's twice the Hilltoppers have done pretty much a fast break against that press and taking it to the hole.
So the ball over on the left side, trying to get it over to Rouge Schmutz, and that's knocked out of bounds by the Hilltoppers. They'll be inbounded right in front of the Moriarty bench. They'll hand the ball to Peyton Edwards. Edwards lobs it into Hannah Buchelman. Buchelman just standing there, like Dino says, her feet never leave the floor, but she's going to be fouled by Michelle Macias. That's her first, and that's the That is the first team foul. Be inbounded under the basket by the Pintos. They get it to Peyton Edwards. Edwards with a three-point shot from the corner. Buchelman gets the rebound and
Segura
pushes it back up, and it comes down to the other big girl, Yvonne Segura, and she lays it in for her 8th point. Underneath, they get it to Emma Raven. Emma with a good shot, but it just didn't drop for her. They're going to get it to Emma again. She's going up against Hannah Buchelman and puts the shot up over Hannah, but it's going to be picked up by Moriarty. Then Michelle Macias steals it away, and then Macias coming down the baseline. She puts up the shot. She goes down. Nothing called, and now we are going to have a reach-in foul go to Jenna Harris on the other end.
The calls they seem to allow the collisions and don't allow the reaches.
Yeah, we've had a lot of Peyton Edwards going into the lane, puts a shot up. Hannah Buchelman just rips the ball out of the hands of Reina Morales. Morales came down with a rebound, had the ball above her head, so Hannah standing behind her, she just reached over and just ripped it out of her hands. And Hannah puts it in for 2. 6 points now for Buchelman. 3-point shot from outside by Jenna Harris. Rebound comes down to Ruth Smoots. Smoots will bring it up herself, gets it out of Peyton. Edwards across the timeline. In the corner, they get it, and so skip pass across comes to Yvonne Segura. She puts up the 3-point shot. Rebound comes down to Michelle Macias, and the Hilltoppers will bring it up. They'll hand the ball to Gigi Romero, who will come across the timeline for Los Alamos, and now Ray Romero wants a timeout.
So Hilltoppers executing on offense this quarter. Hilltoppers trail 17-23, so down by 6. Just over 4 minutes to go here in the third period. But this quarter, the Hilltoppers have been executing on offense, and they've hit a couple shots, but they're still struggling on some of those open shots and still struggling to put them in.
Yeah, they did close it to 2, and then 19-17. But now there's 4 points by the unanswered points by the Pintos, and so that is now those are off. So at any rate the Hilltoppers have come up with 5 points so far in this quarter, but there's been a lot of crazy stuff here. The ball, one of the teams, Moriarty, will pull down a rebound all of a sudden, like in that last series where going down the lane on the left side and laying it up with Jenna Harris, and then she actually ran under the basket almost to the wall, and there were like three Pintos trailing her, and so they just pulled down the rebound, and they forgot all about Jenna, who was under the basket. So she just all of a sudden came in from out of bounds and knocked the ball loose and got it, had the shot, but not able to convert the shot. But we've seen a lot of that kind of stuff. Reina Morales puts up the shot just inside the 3-point line from the right wing. Rebound comes down to Hannah Buchelman. She gets it to Peyton Edwards over in the corner. And they get it now to Mia Encinias. They dish it underneath. Well, playing a little catch this time with Hannah Buchelman. Peyton Edwards got it into Hannah, and then Hannah right back to Peyton in the corner. Peyton puts up the 3-point shot. That's off, and then going for the rebound, we are going to have the personal foul, I believe. It might go to Hannah Buchelman.
Yeah, over the back on Hannah Buchelman.
That's her second. That is the second team foul.
And the Pintos in that full court press. The Hilltoppers bring it in, and the Lady Pintos steal the ball on the press.
So, and we have a personal foul, and that one is going to go to Reina Morales, her second, and that is the third team foul on Los Alamos. And at the free throw line,
Sophia Marez.
Oh, okay. I couldn't see the long ponytail. So Sophia there, she was 2 for 2 from the free throw line in the second quarter, misses the first, makes the second. She now has 3 points, and it goes to a 7-point ball game, 24-17, and that's been the biggest lead here in this ball game. Hilltoppers coming down the floor. Tara McDonald, nice move to the basket, coming down the right side of the lane, puts the shot up, rolls around the rim, and comes off. And she could have had that one just as easily. Peyton Edwards quickly down the floor, passes it, trying to get it to Hannah Buchelman. Ball's on the floor. Jenna Harris battling for it. And we're going to have a held ball, and I think that should go to the Hilltoppers, I do believe. Yes, it does.
And Jenna Harris, she goes after those loose balls. If it's a 50-50 and Jenna's involved, she's going to get it.
Yeah, she's an unbelievable hustler. So right now we have Michelle Macias coming into the ballgame replacing Kaylee Salazar. We'll try to give you the Hilltopper lineup here in a moment. Having a lot of trouble getting the ball, and Peyton Edwards blocks it away. And trying to save it inbounds. She didn't need to save it, Reina Morales, because it was knocked away by Peyton. But Reina trying to save it, can't save it. It goes out of bounds. So Peyton forces the turnover. Peyton's going to go right into the middle of the lane. Nice little running shot. She pulls up, puts up a little 6-foot jumper. And so Peyton now has 7 points in the ball game, and it's at 26-17.
And the Moriarty press is giving them some trouble. It's a straight man-to-man press, but they deny. And the Hilltoppers having trouble getting it in. That one that knocked out of bounds by the Lady Pintos. So the Hilltoppers bring it in again. And then here we have a kick on the defense by the Lady Pintos.
Yeah, a lot of trouble. The Hilltoppers playing a lot of trouble with the press. Reina Morales now finally brings it across the timeline for the Hilltoppers. And they get it now to Gigi Romero. Romero pulls up, starts to pull up with a three, gets it to Michelle Macias. Macias puts a shot up. There's a battle for the rebound. 2 girls go down. I think Tara McDonald's going to pick up the personal. Yes, she is. So she and Sophia Marez both went down. And they're going to say that it was Tara who initiated that crash. So that's going to be her first. And that's her second. Let me correct that. And that is the 4th team foul. Underneath, they get, and Peyton Edwards, just in all kinds of traffic, puts the shot up, goes down, ball rolls around the rim and falls in. Amazing. Peyton extremely quick, and she's a real hustler. Her mother is the coach, Aaron Edwards. They get the ball, it's cutting down the lane on the right side on the inbound play by Los Alamos, and they get it to Tara McDonald, and she just lays it in for 2. Nice execution. So out on top it comes in the corner to Peyton Edwards. Anissa Chavez is on the bench with 4. She's normally their point guard. And cross-court pass picked off by the Hilltoppers. Coming down the floor as that ball was deflected by Michelle Macias. She gets it up to Daylin Rodriguez, and Rodriguez misses the shot. And the rebound is going to come down to, we're going to have a battle for it, and we're going to have a held ball. And that alternating possession will go to Moriarty. And Yvonne Segura is going to check back into the ball game for the Pintos. And she's going to replace Rue Smoots. 28-19. If I haven't given the score here a little bit, there we are. 28-19, and 2:10 to go here in the third quarter, and Moriarty up by 9 in this ball game, and we're going to have a timeout taken by Aaron Edwards. So Aaron takes the timeout, and full timeout she takes. And right now John McHale and Nate Limback down on the floor taking photos, and then now they're transferring those photos. Some of the photos they took earlier here in the ball game, but they're transferring those photos over to the video portion of the YouTube. So you can see there's Gigi Romero right there. on the left-handed dribble, and then we're going to hand it off. She's coming down the left side there, you see. So there's Gigi again, trying to push up that left-handed shot. Michelle Macias saving the ball from going out of bounds twice. And there you see the Hilltoppers coming out for the start of the ball game. So 28-19 after the timeout, and so it will be taken by Moriarty, and they will inbound it right at midcourt. And they will hand the ball over right now to Mia Encinias.
So Yvonne Segura back in the game for Moriarty. She left the game in the first half with 5 minutes and 47 seconds to go with her third foul, and she's in there now 2 minutes to go in the third quarter and has not committed another foul.
So the shot taken by Peyton Edwards is off, and the battle for the rebound and finally winning that battle is Ruth Smoots. And let me correct that. That is Carly Niche, and Niche puts it in for two. Makes it now 30-19. That's an 11-point lead for Moriarty, their biggest. And taking it to the hole is Michelle Macias, and she is fouled, and that personal foul will go to Carly Niche. That's Carly's first personal, and that is the second team foul on Moriarty. And at the free throw line, Michelle Macias. So Michelle's spent a lot of time at that free throw line tonight. And she misses the first, and she'll shoot one more. And this one is also off. And the rebound comes down to Yvonne Segura. Up to Peyton Edwards. Edwards, top of the key, pulls up, gets it back to Yvonne. Yvonne's pass to the other side of the key. And a pass inside. So Moriarty really moving the ball well against the zone. Yvonne Segura, three-point shot. That's off. Peyton Edwards with the rebound, gets it back to Yvonne. Yvonne brings it all the way out on top. Now they rotate it to the left wing. And heading in and dishing it off at the last second. They get it to Yvonne Segura. She misses, gets her own rebound, and then puts it back in. So good ball movement that time by the Lady Pintos. Two or three ladies on the floor, nothing called. Shot put up by Los Alamos is off. Rebound comes down to Peyton Edwards. Edwards pulls up, 15-footer. And just to the right of the free throw line, that shot is off, and we have a Yvonne Segura goes down, and so she's walking very gingerly now. She has a huge brace on her right leg around the knee, a knee brace. So she comes out of the ball game, and the Hilltoppers.
And Segura, she fouled on that play on the rebound. That gives her fourth foul. So she goes out with the fourth foul and also with the injury, but hopefully she's okay.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So the Hilltoppers trying to work against the press, and the ball knocked out of bounds by Moriarty. Get it to Jenna Harris. Long pass down the floor by Jenna. Trying to get it to Gigi Romero. Overthrows her.
Hilltoppers come out in the third quarter. There's 36 seconds left in the quarter, but they came out this third quarter obviously with the intent to be more aggressive on offense, and they've been taking it, and sometimes successful, sometimes not.
Yeah. Three-point shot is off by Moriarty. Rebound comes down to Peyton Edwards. Edwards goes up, and the ball knocked out of bounds by the Hilltoppers, so it'll be inbounded under the Moriarty basket, baseline right. Peyton Edwards brings it over onto the right corner, and now that inbound play that's been run by everybody for as long as I can remember. They pass it in. You pass it in, you get it to another pass to the girl, and then the girl that passed it in goes to the corner. And that's actually been a pretty successful play, even though everybody around knows what's coming. But I don't know, they always seem to get that play off pretty good.
Yeah, that's the golden rule, is you guard the inbounder.
Yes, absolutely. And so Peyton Edwards gets the ball in the left corner. Nice looking shot by Peyton, and that coming with about 5 seconds to go in this quarter. And so she now has 12 points in the ball game. And so suddenly the Fighting Pintos lead 35-19, Dino. So Hilltoppers only coming up with 7 points in that quarter to Moriarty coming up with 16.
Yeah, difference in, the Hilltoppers, they're executing better on offense in the third period, but they don't have the firepower. The Pintos, they were executing, and they weren't hitting in the first half, but here in this third quarter, started getting some shots to go down, and starting to extend that lead, up 35-19 now. The Hilltoppers, doing a much better job on offense, but they just don't have the shooters. They don't have the firepower, so unable to put many of those shots in. But they're obviously, came out of that here in the second half with the intent of getting to the rim and being more aggressive and fast breaking. They were doing that, but just still having trouble getting that ball in the hole.
So it's 35-19, and Pinto's up, and it'll be the Hilltoppers' possession to start this fourth quarter, down by 16. 35-19. So they bring it inside now to Dalen Rodriguez. Rodriguez on the dribble, hands it over to Gigi Romero. The eighth grader trying to go down the lane is cut off, so she's going to hand it over to Lena Chavez. Lena just now will bring it back out to Dalen Rodriguez. So Rodriguez has the ball knocked away from her. Loose ball is picked up by Lena. Chavez on the dribble. She gets a screen right now from Emma Raven. Dishes it off underneath. And they're trying to penetrate. They get it back to Lena. She puts up the three-point shot. That is off. So the Hilltoppers, in that third quarter, Moriarty came up with 7 field goals, and one of those was a three-pointer. Hilltoppers came up with 3 field goals, no three-pointers. Hilltoppers have not scored a three-pointer in this ball game. Now, Peyton Edwards going, wow. Peyton Edwards going down the middle of the lane, puts it up really hard. Rebound comes down to, and there was a tie-up between Moriarty and then one of the Topper girls.
Tara McDonald.
Yeah, Tara McDonald. And Tara, she's just a couple of tugs, and then Tara just tore it out of her hands.
Yeah, that was like when two dogs on playing tug of war with a rope, and she just pulled it away.
Yes, she certainly did. So the Hilltoppers score, and I didn't see who made that basket, but
that was Kenya Macias.
Okay. So Moriarty on the other end has the ball knocked away and almost saving it back in. The ball was going out of bounds. Dalen Rodriguez makes a great save, keep it from going out of bounds, but then the ball comes back picked up there by the Pintos. They get it underneath, and then taking it to the hole underneath the basket. Then was Carly Niche, and so Niche is going to go to the hole. She's going to shoot 2, and then that personal foul was charged to Emma Raven. That's going to be her second, and that is the 6th foul on Los Alamos.
Yeah, Niche went in and went up against Emma Raven, and Raven she held her ground and blocked the shot, but they called her for a foul, but it looked like good defense.
Yes, it did. It really did. So at the free throw line was Carly Niche. And she makes, I think she made one of those, right?
Yeah, missed the first and made the second.
Yeah. So that makes it 36-21. Full court press by Moriarty. Peyton Edwards steals it away. They get it underneath. Hannah Buchelman wide open underneath. Stands there and just flat-footed shoves it off the glass. So Buchelman with 8 points in the contest, and now we're going to have a timeout taken. And this one, a full timeout taken by Los Alamos. So the Hilltoppers have 2 timeouts left. They have a full and a 30, and Moriarty has 2 full and 1 30. I wonder, next week's schedule, we got a pretty good schedule next week. On Monday night, the Hilltopper girls will head down to Pewaukee to take on the Elkettes down there in Pewaukee. And then on Wednesday, the Hilltopper girls will travel down to Espanola to take on the Lady Sun Devils. And then the boys, who are right now playing extremely good ball, they just had that bad game against Espanola, had a really good game last night against Moriarty in Moriarty. And on Tuesday, they will take on Pewaukee, and that will be here at Griffith Gymnasium. And then on Thursday, the Sun Devils come to town, and we're going to have a big crowd for that one. Moriarty will bring, Espanola will bring, they always have a big contingent that follows a basketball team.
And Los Alamos should have their full roster back for that ball game.
Yes, and they will. They do have their full roster. It is back. So after the timeout, the Hilltoppers are going to inbound against the press. Baseball pass down the floor. Comes to Reina Morales. Morales gets a push. She gets a push in the back by Peyton Edwards. I mean, just a shove straight in the back. I didn't think they were going to call it, but they just ended up baseballing it all the way down the floor. Peyton and Reina going for it. Reina won the battle, turned around, started to head to the basket. Peyton was behind her, so Peyton just gave her a little shove in the back. And I didn't think for a minute they were going to see it, but they did. And Reina Morales goes to the free throw line. She's 1 for 2 from the line, drops that one in. And she now has 4 points in the ball game. And so Reina will shoot the second of 2. And also very good. So she's 3 for 4 from the line. It makes it now 38-23. Peyton Edwards across the timeline. Brings it over to Ruth Smoots. Now they'll rotate it to Anissa Chavez. Anissa coming into the ball game here with 6 minutes to go. She has 4 personal fouls. And Mia Encinias is trying to go down, just head right down to the, she just took it on the right wing and she just headed straight to the basket, but good defense that time by Michelle Macias to block it away. And I see that wasn't Michelle.
That was Kenya Macias.
No, yeah, that's right. Sorry, that was Kenya Macias who blocked that away. And now on the other end, we're going to have a personal foul go to Peyton Edwards. That's going to be her 3rd. And she fouled as taking it to the hole for Los Alamos. We have a mystery player.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I checked the book and everything, but I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, number 14.
Number 14, and I didn't see her in the book, so and she's not in the max prep roster either for Varsity. But anyway, so she puts in what? 1 of 2. And so number 14, the mystery player. Shot taken from outside by Peyton Edwards. That's off. Rebound is going to be saved back in by Rue Smoots, and they're going to say Rue actually is out of bounds as she stepped over the end line as she was saving it. 38-26. It's a 12-point lead. The biggest lead for Espanola, for Moriarty, has been 7. Michelle Macias coming down from the left side is a breakaway layup. Misses the layup. Hannah Buchelman trailing. Buchelman pulls down the rebound, gets to Peyton Edwards. Edwards will get it over to Kate. She gets it underneath to Sophia Mares. And then Mares puts a shot up, and Hannah Buchelman gets the rebound, just standing there flat-footed. Just pushes it off the glass and in. No problemo.
And the Hilltopper offense going against that press. Their only success has been when those baseball passes have been the most success they've had against that press.
Yeah, they just heave it down, and so there you see Peyton Edwards bringing the ball up for Moriarty. Now standing there holding the ball for the Hilltoppers. And that is Dalen Rodriguez. So 40-26, the Hilltoppers right now, it's a 14-point lead. The biggest lead for Moriarty has been 15. We have 5:22 to go here in this fourth quarter. Hilltoppers down by 14. And we start as we come out of the timeout. It's called by Moriarty, and it'll be Gigi Romero will inbound it. Pass comes up now to Michelle Macias. Macias trying to just kind of force her way to the basket. She's cut off by Peyton Edwards, but Michelle still going, tries to make a pass across the lane to the other side, and that one goes out of bounds off of the Hilltoppers. Full court press by Los Alamos, and right now coming down the left sideline, Anissa Chavez, and Anissa, actually I didn't see anything there. Anissa coming down that left sideline, and they're going to call a foul. It looked like the press worked pretty well. Forced Anissa to come down the sideline. She actually bounced the ball out of bounds as she was dribbling. But anyway, they're going to call the personal foul at that time on Reina Morales. That's her third, and that is the 7th team foul. So at the free throw line, shooting a 1-and-1, Anissa Chavez, and she cans them both. That makes it now 41-26. Back to the biggest lead of the ball game. Marina Morales has to pass down the floor, has a lot of trouble catching up to it. Finally does. Dishes it off. Comes to Tara McDonald. McDonald to Gigi Romero. Romero on the dribble, still on the dribble. Pulls up. I thought she gets it inside, trying to get it into Tara McDonald. That is stolen away. Up to Anissa Chavez. Chavez just heads to the basket and lays it in. Easy basket for Anissa.
Oh, ridiculous. They called the Hilltoppers for an over and back on the end line, passing it in, but all they were doing was getting it. They just tossed it to the person that was going to take the ball out. And then the referees called them for over and back on the end line.
You see that happen a lot. They don't usually, call that. You have a girl that's outside and they want another girl to throw a ball in. So they, like you say, they just simply let the ball. Anyway, you see that happen. They want a different girl to throw the ball in. So with the girl that's out, they just kind of flip it to her, and then the other girl steps out of bounds. And the referees usually don't call anything like that. But down on the other end, with Michelle Macias taking it to the basket, and she's going to go up against Sophia Mares. And Mares picks up her first personal. And that is going to be the 8th team foul on Moriarty. And Michelle Macias at the free throw line, who's spent a lot of time at that free throw line. And Ruth Spooch did everything she could to keep from falling into the lane. She's waving those arms around, trying to get her balance. And so the Hilltoppers, the shot is off on the 1-and-1, and then the rebound comes down to the Hilltoppers. They get it to Michelle Macias. Macias coming down the baseline on the right side, runs into all kinds of traffic somehow. It just heaves the ball up there and it goes in. So Michelle will go to the free throw line, and she has she trying to complete the three-point play, and she can't. Makes it now 44-30, and Moriarty gets the rebound. They bring it down. They get it to Peyton Edwards. She's at the top of the key, bounces it to the right wing, comes to Yvonne Segura. Segura coming down the baseline, puts up a little 10-foot jumper. That's off. Rebound, and the Hilltoppers pick it up to Reina Morales. Morales coming down, pulls up and just to the right of the key, trying to find somebody to give it to. Finally gets it now to Gigi Romero. Nice little lob pass in from Gigi Romero to Michelle Macias.
Yeah, great play. It was a classic post-up, and they hit her perfect, and she drops in the layup, and the Hilltoppers now get a steal on the press.
Yeah, Gigi Romero on the press just steals it away from Peyton Edwards. And Edwards now is still down. but they cut it to a 10-point ball game as Gigi with a great steal goes in an uncontested layup. But Peyton, she's kind of favoring her right leg a little bit, so let's see, she's going to come out of the ball game, I think, and if she does come out of the ball game, she has not been out of the ball game for one single second. But anyway, it's 44-34, and we have a full timeout taken on the floor. And so I want to remind everybody that once again, next week, Monday through Thursday, we've got a full schedule. Start off with the girls at Pewaukee on Monday. The Pewaukee boys come here on Tuesday. The girls go to Espanola on Wednesday, and the Sun Devil boys come here on Thursday. So full week next week, and some very, very important games. The Hilltoppers, right now, their only loss has been to Espanola. So if they can take on Pewaukee and defeat Pewaukee, then it'll kind of come down to almost a battle for the district championship against Espanola on Thursday. Hilltoppers did not play well in Espanola, but they are, except for that ball game, they've been playing very well. They did lose to St. Michael's, and that's not a game that we saw, but the games that we have seen, except for the exception of Espanola, the Hilltoppers have played excellent basketball. We're ready to go here. 3:26 to go here in the fourth quarter. 44-34, 10-point lead for Moriarty. Full court press by the Hilltoppers, the zone press. Anissa Chavez still in the backcourt. They're going to finally bring it across the timeline as they get it up to Mia. And they're going to get it up to Mia Macias. They get it underneath. Let's see. They got it underneath to Yvonne Segura. He put the shot up, but
Foul charge to Jenna Harris.
But we're going to have a personal foul. That's going to go to, let's see, to Jenna Harris, and that's going to be her fifth. So Jenna has to sit down. That's her fifth. That is the eighth team foul on Los Alamos. And shooting 1-1 at the free throw line. This one's going to bounce around and come off, and that was Mia Encinias. And so heading to the, so after the missed shot, Gigi Romero comes up with the ball, and then she's fouled. And that personal foul will go to Rue Smoots, and that's going to be 4 on Rue. That is the 10th team foul, and so we'll walk to the other end of the court, and they'll put Gigi Romero on the free throw line, and she'll shoot 2.
And back into the ball game for Moriarty is Peyton Edwards, and she's the one that was injured before that full timeout, and she had a cramp in her left calf, and she was attended to by the Los Alamos trainer, and stretched it out, gave her some Gatorade, and she's back in the ball game.
Yeah, Mick Matuzak, an outstanding trainer, been trainer for Los Alamos for quite a while. Shot taker from outside Anissa Chavez, but we have Peyton Edwards is down again.
Yeah, she took a hard fall there, got tripped, and took a hard fall to the floor, and looks like she's favoring her left hip, still laying on the floor.
Yes. So Peyton, she went down, and like Dino said, it looked like she had a cramp, and so then she came back in the ball game, and then as Dino pointed out, she was tripped, went down pretty hard. So with 2:57 remaining here in the fourth quarter, the Hilltoppers have cut this to an 8-point ball game. They had been down by 15 in this quarter, and so Peyton. So they're actually going to. Well, she's really favoring that right leg. Yeah, she's not putting any weight at all on her right foot. So. And you hate to see that.
Yeah, she did go down hard, and you could hear the thud, that bone on wood. And she's holding her right hip.
So Moriarty will inbound it, and they bring it inside to Yvonne Segura. Her three-point shot is off. Rebound comes down to Tara McDonald. She'll hand it to Reina Morales, who will bring it up for Los Alamos. Comes into Hilltopper territory. He's going to hand it over to Katie Salazar. Salazar is going to get it to Gigi Romero. Romero coming down the left side of the lane, goes up against Hannah Buchanan, has the shot blocked. And then I think Gigi, trying to get the ball back, is going to be called for a foul, and they're going to send Buchanan to the free throw line. So first she has her shot blocked by Hannah, and then she turns around and fouls Hannah. And so Gigi now that's only her first personal. And that is the 9th team foul in Los Alamos. So they'll put Hannah Buchanan on the free throw line. She has 10 points in the ball game. And she's going to shoot a 1-and-1, misses the front end. Hilltoppers with the rebound quickly down the floor. They get it to Gigi Romero. Oh, coming in from the right side, puts the shot up. And that one rolls around, goes down and under the rim, comes back up and out. So Gigi gets robbed on that one. Anissa Chavez, they get it in, trying to get it inside to Hannah Buchanan. She's triple teamed, so she just gets the ball right back out of there. It comes to Anissa Chavez. Chavez coming down the left baseline, and she's going to be tripped up, inadvertently tripped up by Michelle Macias. And that should be Michelle's second personal. Let's see what they put up here anyway. But at the free throw line, that is a 10th team foul. So that's going to put Anissa Chavez, and that is the second personal. It's on Michelle Macias, and Anissa Chavez at the free throw line. She'll shoot 2. And she was 2 for 2 earlier in this quarter. And right now she has 7 points in the ball game. 2:06 remains, and drops into second. Dino.
Yeah, step to the line, hit both free throws. They pull the press off.
Yeah, 10-point ball game once again, back into double figures. Michelle Macias is going to take it down, put it up. Her shot is blocked by Hannah Buchanan, and then a battle on the floor for the ball, and finally goes out of bounds off of Anissa Chavez of Moriarty. So the Hilltoppers will inbound it. They'll get it to Gigi Romero, baseline right, almost all the way over to the corner. Gigi having a lot of trouble getting it in, gets it into Tara McDonald, and let's see what they call here. This will be interesting.
Yeah, went off the foot of Moriarty, and they got it right.
I wasn't sure they saw it go off. Just went right off the front of her foot, and I wasn't sure if the officials saw that. Tara McDonald fires up a quick three-pointer. That's off. Rebound comes down to Kaylee Salazar. Her shot is off. Now the ball on the floor. Major battle for it, and Hannah Buchanan ties it up with Gigi Romero. And then the alternating possession will go to Moriarty.
Now the Hilltoppers in that 1-2-2 press. 1:30 to go in the ball game, down 10.
And Anissa Chavez trying to bring it across the timeline. Finally, they bring it around. Pass inside, picked off by Tara McDonald. Donald coming down the floor in a hurry. I thought she was going to take it all the way home. Gets it to Kaylee Salazar. Salazar goes up and literally stuffed by Hannah Buchanan. So it was not a block, it was stuff.
Yeah, just went right into her, and Hannah, that 6'2" center for Moriarty, all she'd had to do was just hold her hand up, and that's all it took.
So the ball goes out of bounds on the other end as Moriarty comes down off the Hilltoppers. They're going to bring it in now to Anissa Chavez. Chavez trying to put up the three-point shot. Hilltoppers say no, and the pass comes inside to Hannah Buchanan. Her shot is off. Rebounds comes down to the Hilltoppers. They get it up to Gigi Romero. Romero across the timeline. Over to Reina Morales in the corner. Kaylee Salazar. Salazar back out to Reina. Three-point shot by Reina. That's off. Rebound comes down to Yvonne Segura. Segura will make the outlet pass to Anissa Chavez. Caitlin Salazar all over her. And they get it now to underneath. They get it to Yvonne Segura. She dishes it underneath to Sofia Merez. And so Merez, her shot is off, and it's going to go out of bounds, go off of the Hilltoppers.
And 20 seconds to go in this ball game. Still a 10-point lead for for the Pintos. So here we are in the final moments of the game.
Anissa Chavez with it in the right corner. Going to get it to Ruth Smoots. Back to Sophia. Sophia out to Yvonne Segura. They'll bring it over to Anissa Chavez. She loses the handle. She goes down hard. Boy, I mean, she hit really hard too, and she bounces up, and she's walking a little gingerly, but we're going to have the personal foul go this time to Michelle Macias. That's her third. That is the 11th team foul. But the free throw line shooting two, Anissa Chavez. And she's been pretty deadly from there. She is 4 for 4 before that one. She's now 5 for 5.
Yeah, she has a good shot, good form, and she sure puts it in.
Again, nothing but net once again. So she has 10 points in the ball game, 6 of those coming from the free throw line. And Reina Morales is going to the hole, puts the shot up, it's off, and so Tara McDonald gets the rebound, puts it up after the buzzer. No question about it. Reina Morales coming down from the left side. There was only 6 seconds when after Anissa made those free throws. So Reina Morales comes roaring down, comes down from the left side, puts the shot up too hard off the glass, comes down, drops right into the hands of Tara McDonald. The buzzer goes off, and then Tara takes the shot, and they give her the shot.
Yep, she made it, and they gave her credit for it.
And there's no way in the world she got that off before the buzzer. But the final score, 48-38, in favor of Moriarty. So the Hilltoppers, who were down by 16 at the end of the third quarter, outscore the Lady Pintos by 6 to close this to a 10-point ball game, 48-38. And of course that 2-point gift that they gave to Tara McDonald. So actually, the Hilltoppers right now should be down by 12, but officially it's 10. So the Hilltoppers came with 19 points in that quarter, and they came up with 19 points in the third quarter also. So their score by quarter is at 8. Second quarter was 12, and then 19 in the third quarter, and 19 in the fourth quarter. And the Pintos came up with 13 in that quarter. So the Hilltoppers go down again and still looking for their first victory. Like I say, they had that one victory well in hand, except that Belen just went crazy in the final 4 minutes. The Hilltoppers had a good lead, and Belen scored 14 points in the final 4 minutes to put it into overtime, and then another 14 in the overtime. And they'd only scored 19 in 3 quarters. So, when a team gets hot like that, not a whole lot you can do about it. But so, anyway, final score was, and the junior varsity for the Hilltoppers, they won easily. They defeated the Pinto Junior Varsity 46-30. And so, anyway, let me see if I can get some quick scores here for Reina Morales. Ended up with 4, and Gigi Romero finished with 8. 2 for Jenna Harris, and 2, 4, 6, 10 for Michelle Macias, and 6 for Tara McDonald. So, anyway, that's going to do it for us, and so I'm going to say, take this opportunity to say happy birthday to Debbie. Her birthday is tomorrow. And so, anyway, sweet girl, and birthday tomorrow. So we'll have to figure out something for Debbie. But anyway, so let's see, the Moriarty, they were led. Let's see, Hannah Buchelman ended up with 10, and also Anissa Chavez ended up with 10. Anissa finishing the quarter, that fourth quarter, with 6 free throws. Peyton Edwards had 12, did not score in the fourth quarter. Of course, she got hurt, went down twice, and went down hard twice. And Yvonne Segura scored, she came up with 10 for the Pintos. So that's going to do it for us. And so, any final comments there, Dino?
Well, yeah, I mean, Moriarty, the Hilltoppers, first half they just couldn't generate any offense. Second half they came out, they obviously had a different game plan, and it was more effective than the first half. And as you said, they had 19 points in each of the final 2 quarters. So, that difference in execution, it showed up on the scoreboard. Also want to say that the Moriarty Pintos, they're a good team and they play with class. And just to illustrate, here we are at the end of the ball game, and with these COVID rules, the Pintos are over, and then they're putting the chairs away, and they're the visiting team, and they're putting their chairs away and helping to get everything gathered up over there. So hats off to the Moriarty Pinto program, and I think that says a lot.
Yeah, it's a pretty class program up there at Moriarty, and they do a good job. And Joe Anaya, the AD up there. So anyway, so that's going to wrap it up for us. And so we'll be back on the air on Monday night, and we'll be in Pewaukee to bring you the girls' game, scheduled at 7 o'clock right now, unless they change it. But anyway, I'm sure it'll stay at 7, approximately 7. As usual, we have to wait until the other 2 preliminary games are over. But anyway, so we'll be there on Monday night, and then we'll be back here for the boys against Pewaukee on Tuesday night. So this is Gene Mortensen for Dean Mortensen, and for John McHale, Nate Limback, and also for Carol Clark for the Los Alamos Daily Post. And we want to thank Carol and the Los Alamos Daily Post for making these broadcasts possible. We wouldn't be able to do it without the help and support of the Los Alamos Daily Post. So have a great weekend, everybody. And you can make it an even better weekend. All you have to do is put a little love in your heart. Don't forget to hug that penguin, but the most important thing you can always do is just be excellent to each other. And night-night, sweetie pie. I sure do miss you, honey. And boy, I sure do love you.